What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Oliver Pagel, your Clarksville real estate agent. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Today, we're going to go ahead and embark on our journey together. And today, we're going to be talking about how to, number one, buy your first house, but specifically the steps into buying your first house. Today's going to be an interesting one if you've never bought a house before. And this will just give a clean walkthrough of, hey, what should you expect while going through your first time home buying experience. So as always, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next shot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello. I'm behind the camera now, and we're going to be talking about first time home buyers start to finish. This is going to be your complete guide on how to everything from getting your house, your lender, to looking at houses, to submitting an offer, escrow, home inspections, all that stuff. So first things first, at the very top, you give me a call. Shameless plug. If you need a real estate agent to buy or sell your house in Clarksville, Tennessee, give me a call, email me below. I'll have my contact information. Probably going to be the first thing listed underneath. So go ahead and do that. We can set up a call or go in person and we could talk to each other, figure out what your goals are, and then we'll go from there. So at the very top, you see, give me a call. Like I said, shameless plug. So before we go look at houses, this is for buyers. Sellers going to be a little different, and I'll go through the seller emotion as well. That one's actually pretty simple, but buyers, there's a little more to it. So before we even start looking at houses, we go to the lender for pre-qual / pre-approval, right? There's no use in looking at houses if you don't know what you can afford, and that is a big thing. Like if you think that you're going to be able to afford a $1 million house, right? But then you're only pre-approved for $500K, then so be it. So we're going to get you to a lender. We're going to get you pre-approved for a loan. Next up is I'm going to start showing you houses. So typically what I like to do is we show about 4 houses a day in a certain, I guess, price, not only price point, but kind of what you're looking for, right? Regarding the size, number of beds, number of baths, garage, so on. So we'll take a look at what you want, what you need, and I'll come up with a few options for us, and then we could go from there. So after we get done doing the home showings, right, we go ahead and find a house that you like. So when you find a house that you like, you submit an offer. So what does that mean? So submitting an offer just means, hey, you're going to submit the payment that you want to pay. It could be 10 grand under, 20 grand under asking price or over, right? If it's a very competitive market, you will have people that will submit offers over asking price, and those are the ones that it could be tricky to get a good deal on. So once you submit an offer and the offer is accepted, mind you, this portion right here, you typically go back and forth, right? So if you submit an offer below asking price, the other agent can come back, or the seller can come back and be like, hey, look, I didn't like that offer, so on and so forth. And then they could put some scarcity in there, be like, hey, someone else already offered 15 grand over, or something like that. And you and I would go back to the drawing board, submit another offer, and figure out what they say. So when the offer is accepted, and typically is, right, you will submit an escrow payment to the title company. So the title company, that's a third party holder. It's non-biased. It's just a neutral third party holder to hold your escrow payment. And what is an escrow? So an escrow it's not necessarily a down payment, but it's money that you put into an account and say like you back out of the offer or something like that, the sellers get to keep it. It's basically showing that you have skin in the game, and it's basically showing that, hey, you're serious about buying this house. And that's, of course, held by the title company, which is just, like I said again, it's a third party neutral vendor. So I won't be holding it, and neither will the sellers. So that's just a non-biased thing that is there. Next step. So once you get a property under contract, right? You submit your escrow payment to the title company, and the escrow payment, there is no set amount for the escrow payment. That is something that we will discuss, not necessarily me and you, but it will be discussed through the seller and the buyer, agents, or we just go to the seller if the seller is a for sale by owner. All right, so during the home inspections, so this is a very, very important aspect of the home buying process. Do not ever skip this, because during the home inspection, a professional inspector comes in, and they are looking at the house in a non-biased way, in a very neutral way, and they're going to tell you what's wrong with the home. And when this happens, you absolutely have to make sure that you negotiate with the seller what to get fixed, right? So say an example would be, your door is messed up, right? Let's say there's a hole in the door, and you're like, well, I don't want a hole in my door. Your bathroom door, I don't want a hole in my bathroom door, so we're going to put this in the contract. Be like, hey, look, for us to continue, we're going to have you fix this door. And then the homeowner could be like, no, I don't want to fix it, so on and so forth. So it's a different ball game, because if the buyer wants something fixed, the seller can say, no, I'm not going to fix that, and they're well within the right to, right? But most of the time, like if it's a motivated seller, they're going to fix the stuff that's wrong with the property just to get it sold quicker, especially if it's been on the market for a while and they absolutely need to get out. So you will see that, but yeah, it's nothing to be nervous about. It will happen, so just be weary of it, and you'll be just fine. There's the appraisals. So the appraisal is also a very, very important thing you need to do. The VA in itself. So if you're going with the VA home loan, they require you to have an appraisal for good measures. The appraisal makes sure that you're not overspending or overpaying for that home. So what does that mean if the appraisal comes in lower? Well, typically you could submit another offer, be like, hey, look, due to the appraisal, you submit another offer that's like, hey, the appraisal came down 10 grand off of what you're asking. That's going to be our new offer. Like, take it or leave it. So typically that happens. The appraisal also comes in, and they're going to look at the home as well, make sure that there's no structural damage. That's what the home inspector is there too. But the appraisal is also going to look at certain aspects of the home and kind of compare it to other specs around your neighborhood or around Clarksville. So after the appraisal comes in, you're like, all right, we're still good to go. You'll get the clear to close, and then you'll go down to your final walkthrough, and then you'll sign with the title company. So the final walkthrough in the title company, that's a final walkthrough, and signing with the title company is a very exciting time, because you're basically right there, right? Once you sign, those keys are basically yours. So congratulations. Once you sign with the title company, you record with the county. That's your new home. So after that, we'll record the transaction with the county, which means the county is going to know, and they're going to recognize as the you as the homeowner for a home that you just bought. After that, you go and grab your keys, um, and that's about it. So when I grabbed my keys, I was like, "Wow, this is awesome!" And then that's it. I've never had to speak to another real estate agent. I never had to speak to my title company. I don't have to speak to anyone, home inspector, appraisals, anything. Once that is done, once this entire thing is done, and it seems like a lot, but it's really not that bad. Once this is done, that house is yours until you either want to sell it, or I guess it's still yours if you want to keep it as a rental, but that's a little different. But so congratulations, right? You have your keys, you have your home, and that is just awesome. So um, I will shoot the outro in about 2 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we're back in front of the camera. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you got something out of it. Those are the steps as a home buyer, in order on how to buy your first home. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you need to buy or sell any real estate in Clarksville, Tennessee, go ahead and give me a call down below. I'll have my contact information down there. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.